Montana, is the bag in the...
Saturday mornings are always chaotic for Noongar mum of 6, Michelle Ninyet.
So I've got 4 daughters. I play netball on Saturday. I run on caffeine and I make sure my children's needs are met. That's my fuel, is being a role model for them and giving them the best opportunity and the best start to life that I think I can. And I'll drop you off on the way back, or you might have to catch the train.
For Michelle, that means a good education, something that was denied to her mother. She was expelled from school at 14 after retaliating when a fellow student called her the N-word.
So she didn't have the opportunity to have an education, you know, and be the best. And she's a bright woman, she's tough.
Michelle was determined to ensure her children had the chance to reach their full potential.
My son was the first in my family to graduate year 12. My 4 daughters are all in high school and one's about to graduate year 12. She's the reconciliation captain from one of the most prestigious schools in WA. I'm not saying education is easy, it's going to be tough. And I just tell them, well, if you think this is tough, if you don't get educated, it's going to be a lot tougher.
She's leading by example by finishing her Bachelor of Applied Science.
Took me a while. I was mum for quite a bit and then I came back to study. Probably did it all backwards, but I'm here.
Come on, Fred.
Between study and school pickups, Michelle works to support other Aboriginal families. In the small town of Quairading, 2 hours from Perth, she helped set up the first Aboriginal playgroup.
This is a safe space for our Aboriginal families where they're welcomed in, they feel culturally safe and secure, they feel that they're valued and heard.
What's your Noongar name?
She says the education system too often views Indigenous kids through a lens of deficit and disadvantage.
Just changing that mindset to not class us as a deficit and high risk to society and look at our strengths and the strengths of our knowledge, of our wisdom, of our family connections. We underestimate the importance of that.
Today, Michelle is a long way from home. She's one of nearly 60 First Nations women spending a week in Canberra for Oxfam's Straight Talk Summit.
If it's to do with land rights.
Getting a taste of federal politics and sharing their ideas for change.
I've never been in another space like this and these women are just powerful.
What we're trying to do is get more Indigenous people in the political system at all levels. We're also recognising that Indigenous women play a huge part in being change agents for their communities. When they do the program, it kind of reignites their interest, but also gives them a few different tools and ideas about how they go about their advocacy and lobbying.
I'll be here forever for you.
When the summit began in 2009, there had never been an Indigenous woman in the House of Representatives. That changed in 2016 when Linda Burney was elected as the member for Barton.
You have to be at a point in your life where you believe that you can respectfully take on the job.
Now Minister for Indigenous Australians, she's part of a record-breaking cohort of 11 Indigenous MPs serving in the current federal parliament.
It is heartening. It means there's proper representation, and I think it says something about Australia growing up.
Straight Talk provides a glimpse of the inner workings of Parliament House for those considering a political career, like 37-year-old Leah Cummins.
Just us understanding the basic democracy of this country and how it works in terms of the Senate and the House of Reps and how our voice matters at a local level up to a federal level, which has been really, really good to understand.
At home in Brisbane, she spends most of her days painting.
I paint because I want to tell a story, and the stories are very important. It may look pretty, but yeah, people understanding it is very important. So in the centre here, you can see some hills on the outside, And then also around the edges here, there's mountains that surround the whole family.
Leah wants to give a voice to her people, and particularly Indigenous women.
Well, basically at the bottom of the totem pole, you got men, then you got non-Indigenous women, then you got Aboriginal women, and it's like, we've been saying this for years and years. Why aren't you listening?
For Leah, the Straight Talk Summit is a chance to finally be heard.
And hopefully it's a platform for me to step up and lead my community, but also get other people to step up that are Indigenous.
It's not necessarily we're saying everybody has to leave here being a politician, but what I reckon they all do is leave here with a different level of motivation. Hopefully, in the next Parliament we'll see 20 First Nations people, of which the majority will continue to be women.